Friends. Man life, huh? 1 second you're cruising through with a full tank of dreams, and the next, boom. You hit a pothole you didn't even see coming. You ever feel like that? Like everything was supposed to go one way and suddenly you're sitting there like, wait, what just happened? But yo, here's the real question. What if that's how it's meant to be? See, we all got these big plans, right? I'm gonna be this by 25. I'll have that by 30. This relationship? It's forever. But life don't play by your rules. It's like a wild roller coaster ride without no warning signs. Let's go way back. Back to the very first human, Prophet Adam, peace be upon him. He was chillin' in Jannah. Paradise. The perfect place. No pain, no struggle, no heartbreak. Everything was going smooth. Until Shaitan showed up with his nasty little whispers. You know how he do. Plantin' seeds of doubt, pushin' buttons, making you think you missing out on something. Prophet Adam, peace be upon him, and his wife, they didn't plan to leave Jannah. That was never the plan. But one wrong choice. And boom, everything flipped. Paradise to earth. Bliss to struggle. From peace to a whole new test. Sound familiar? Ain't that how our life goes too? We think we got it all figured out. We say, I'll go left, and life says, nah, we goin' right. We try to plan every detail, but in the end, it's like someone else holdin' the pen to our story. And that someone is Allah. But yo, that doesn't mean he's trying to mess with us. Nah, it's deeper than that. Sometimes your plans fall apart so better ones can fall together. Ever tried puttin' a square peg in a round hole? You can push and twist and force it all you want, but it won't fit. That's us. That's our plans. We try to shove them into places they don't belong. And when it doesn't work, we get mad, start a skin. Why me? But friends, what if it's not a punishment? What if it's a redirection? What if that job you didn't get, that relationship that ended, that door that slammed shut in your face, was actually Allah saying, I got something better. You just don't see it yet. Alright, deep breath, we're just getting warmed up. Friends, you ever had a plan so perfect, so detailed, like you mapped it all out down to the minute? And then life just laughs in your face? Been there. But guess what? Sometimes life throws you a curveball just to show you how strong you really are. Let's talk about one of the realest examples out there. Prophet Yunus, peace be upon him. Now listen. This man was on a mission. He was calling his people to the truth, doing exactly what Allah told him to do. But his people, man, they were hard-headed. Straight up rejected everything he said. And Prophet Yunus, peace be upon him, he got fed up. He bounced, left his post. But life had a whole different plan for him. Next thing you know, he's out at sea. Storm hits. He gets thrown off the ship. And what happens? Whale. Not a lil fish. Not some dingy. A whole whale swallows him up. Now pause right there, friends. Imagine that. Darkness of the sea, inside the belly of a whale. No clue if you're ever getting out. Plans. Out the window. Control. But what did he do? He didn't panic. He didn't scream. He turned back to Allah. In that darkness, he made one of the most powerful du'as ever. No excuses. No blaming anyone. Just full surrender. Because sometimes, friends, the lowest point in your life might be the exact spot where your real story begins. The belly of the whale. That was his wake-up call. His turning point. Now let's flip that on us. We get in our own whales too, right? Might not be a literal fish, but it could be depression, heartbreak, failure, losing someone. That moment where everything feels dark and tight and hopeless. But if you can remember Allah in that place, if you can still talk to Him when the lights go out, you've already won. And here's the beauty. After that deep moment of surrender, the whale took Prophet Yunus, peace be upon him, right back to land. Back to his mission. Back to purpose. That's how Allah works. He doesn't leave you in the dark forever. He lets you grow in the dark. Then He brings you back stronger. So next time your plans fall apart, friends, next time you feel stuck in your own version of a whale's belly, ask yourself, is this the end? Or is this the moment I finally stop running and start trusting? Because trust me, sometimes the breakdown is the beginning of the breakthrough. Friends, let's take a second and breathe. Like for real, just pause and think about everything we've been through. All the failed plans. The breakdowns. The why me moments. The silent tears nobody saw. The nights you couldn't sleep. 'Cause your heart was racing with worry. Yeah, all that. And now look at you. Still standing. Still breathing. Still trying. That alone. That's proof. Proof that even when nothing went according to your plan, Allah never left you. See, the journey of life ain't about perfection. It's not about everything going smooth or getting everything you asked for. It's about growth. It's about faith. It's about becoming the person Allah knows you can be. Even when you don't see it yet. You might feel behind. Like everybody's moving forward but you're stuck. Like your plans just keep falling apart while everyone else's life is a highlight reel. But friends, what if that delay is your protection? What if that failure is your redirection? What if Allah is saving you from something that would have broken you completely? Sometimes we're so busy crying over a closed door that we don't notice the window He cracked open. And here's the truth. Allah don't make mistakes. He didn't mess up your story. He's crafting it, shaping it, perfecting it. Moment by moment, tear by tear. Every setback. It's got a lesson. Every hardship. It's got a reward. Every prayer you thought went unanswered. Maybe it was answered. Just not in the way you expected. Friends, life ain't a straight line. It's messy. It's unpredictable. It's real. But that's where the magic happens. That's where faith is built. That's where you realize. It was never about your plan. It was always about His. And His plan. It's greater, bigger, kinder, wiser, more loving than anything you could ever imagine. So keep going. Keep trusting. Keep surrendering. And next time life throws you off course, just smile and say, maybe this wasn't my plan, but it's definitely His. And that's more than enough for me. Friends, surrender. Now that word sounds heavy, right? Like giving up. Like losing. Like you're weak. But nah. That's not what surrender to Allah means. See, when you surrender to people, yeah, that's weakness. But when you surrender to Allah, that's the strongest thing you can ever do. 'Cause real talk, You're not meant to carry the whole weight of this life on your back. You're not built to control every outcome, fix every problem, or answer every why. That's not your job. Your job is to walk. His job is to open the path. Think about it. Every prophet went through pain, struggle, delays, betrayals. But none of them gave up. They just surrendered. And you know what they found? Let's break it down. You can plan all you want, hustle every day, grind non-stop. But if Allah don't will it, it ain't gonna happen. And that ain't a bad thing. That's protection. 'Cause maybe what you're begging for isn't ready for you, or worse, you're not ready for it. So many of us treat Allah like a backup plan. We make a move, mess it up, and then say, "Okay Allah, now you fix it." But friends, imagine what life would feel like if we made him the first plan. If before every big decision we paused and asked, "Yo Allah, is this good for me?" That's not weakness. That's wisdom. That's power. That's real peace. Surrender is saying, "I don't know where this is going, but I know you got me." It's not about being passive either. Nah, you still move. You still plan. You still put in work. But when things don't go your way, you don't fall apart. Because deep down, you know his plan is always better. Even when it hurts. Even when it's lonely. Even when it makes zero sense. Friends, the world tells you to take control. But the soul finds peace in letting go. And when you finally stop trying to force everything, that's when doors open, blessings flow, and your heart, your tired, anxious heart, finally gets to breathe. You don't gotta understand the whole plan. You just gotta trust the one who wrote it. Friends, let's be honest. Surrendering our plans, that ain't easy. We love control. We love predictability. We wanna know what's next, when it's happening, and how it's all gonna play out. But life ain't Google Maps. There's no step-by-step direction to happiness. And that's where surrender comes in. Not the kind that means I give up, but the kind that says, "Yo Allah, you drive. I'll just ride." Think about it. How many times did your plans fail? Only for something better to come out of nowhere. That job you didn't get led you to one that gave you peace. That person who walked away made room for someone who respects you. That L you took ended up being a setup for your next big win. Surrendering to Allah's plan ain't weakness, friends. It's actually the most powerful move you can make. 'Cause real strength is saying, even if I don't understand what's happening, I still trust the one who's running the show. Let's say that again, louder this time. Even if I don't understand it, I still trust him. You think the prophets had it easy? Look at Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him. He didn't just get told to leave his home. He got told to leave his baby and wife in the middle of a desert. No food, no water, nothing. That wasn't his plan. But he obeyed. He surrendered. And because of that moment, millions of people today still walk the path he once walked in Hajj. That's what surrender does. It writes legacy. So next time life punches you in the gut and throws your plans out the window, don't panic. Take a breath. Say, "Allah, I don't get it. But I trust you." And friends, that one little line. That's where the chaos starts turning into calm. That's where your test becomes your elevation. That's where your story becomes divine. Look, this ain't about giving up your dreams. It's about holding your dreams in one hand, and your trust in Allah in the other. Work hard. Plan smart. Hustle with heart. But always leave space in your heart for divine redirection. 'Cause Allah's plan, it don't just lead to success. It leads to something better than we ever could have dreamed.